In today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you how to cut and sew this beautiful Bubu dress with drawstring and a tight waist. It is very simple, detailed, and beginner friendly. So if this looks like what you really wish to learn, please watch this video till the end. So this is the fabric I'm going to be using for this tutorial, and here I have 3 yards of flower crepe fabric, and the length of the fabric is 60 inch. So I'm going to be working with the actual length of the fabric, which is by 60. So if you are working with a fabric that is not up to length 60, you will need at least 3.5 to 4 yards if you want to make the long version of this dress. So I'm going to go ahead to fold the 3 yards into 2 like this first. After folding it into 2, I'll go ahead to fold it into another 2 again. That means I'm going to be folding it into 4. So after doing that, I'm going to go ahead to arrange it like you see me doing in the video. So after folding and arranging, this is what you're going to be having. So this part is opened while this part is unfolded, and it's going to be the center of the dress I'm going to be making, while here it is still opened. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to come down by 1 inch from the top of my fabric. So I'm going to go ahead to mark the 1 inch all the way like this. After marking it, I'll go ahead to connect the point together with a straight line like you see me doing in the video. So after connecting it, the next thing to do is to determine the neck width. So for the neck width, I'm going to be using 6 inch for the neck width of this dress. If you want yours to have an off shoulder effect, or you want it to be very wide, you can go as far as using 7 or 8 inch, depending on how wide you want the neck to be. And this neck, the style I'm working with, the neck does not have a neck depth, just a neck width. So I'm just going to go ahead to mark a neck width of 6 inch. So after marking the neck width, the next thing to do is to determine the sleeve length of the dress you're making. So for me, I'll be working with what I have here, which is 21 inch. To get your sleeve length, all you need to do is to take a measurement from your center back to where you want the dress to stop on your sleeve. So that is basically how to get your sleeve length. So once you're done marking your sleeve length, the next thing to do is to come down by 1 inch at this point for the shoulder slope. After that, you go ahead to connect it to the neck width with a straight line like you see me doing in the video. So this is going to be the shoulder slope for the dress we are making. Next, I'll go ahead to mark my sleeve opening, and I'm marking 7 inch for the sleeve opening. After marking the 7 inch, I'll go in by 1 inch like this, and I'll take this 1 inch all the way down as you can see me doing in the video. So I'm just going to go ahead to draw a little curve at this point like this, as you can see me doing in the video. So after marking the sleeve opening, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to locate the point where I want the belt to be, because the dress is going to be having an inner belt that will be used to hold the waist, to make the waist fitted. And to do that, I'll place my staple on the neck width like this, and I'll go ahead to measure from my shoulder to my waist measurement. So you can decide to mark your underbust or your waist depending on where you want it to be. But for me, I'm going to be working with my waist, which is 16. After marking that, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to insert my waist measurement divided by 4 at this point. So you go ahead to divide your waist into 4. Whatever you get, you mark it at that point. Once I'm done marking this, I'm going to go ahead to replicate the same thing on the other side of the dress. And to do that, I'll go ahead to insert a pin into the point I just marked like you see me doing in the video. Then I'll go ahead to turn my fabric over to the other side and also mark the point where I inserted the pin. This is going to enable me to locate the belt at the same point on both sides of the dress. So once I'm done doing this, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to determine where I want the drawstring of the dress to be. And to do that, I'll go ahead to mark half of my bust pan measurement. So the bust pan measurement I'm working with is 9 inch, and half of the bust pan measurement is going to be 4.5 inch. So I'm going to go ahead to mark the 4.5 inch all the way down from the waistline like you see me doing in the video. So after marking the nipple to nipple line, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to determine where I want the drawstring to stop, because this dress is going to be having a slit and the drawstring is going to stop where the slit is going to start from. There are 2 ways to determine where you want your drawstring to stop. You can either take a measurement from your shoulder to where you want it to be, or you take from your waist to where you want it to be. So for me, I'm just going to go ahead to come down from my waist by 20 inch, and I'm going to go ahead to mark. So that is where the drawstring effect is going to be stopping, 20 inch below my waistline, I'll go ahead to mark that, and I'm going to be slitting the remaining part of the dress open. Is going to be having a slit. This part downward, I'm going to be slitting it open later on. So once I'm done marking this point, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to mark an allowance, a joining allowance of 1 inch on the shoulder slope area. So for my shoulder slope, I'll go ahead to mark 1 inch all the way to the neck width, like you see me doing in the video. Then I'll connect the point together. So after connecting it, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to cut it out. So to cut it, I'm going to go ahead to cut from the shoulder slope 1 inch above the shoulder slope, like you see me doing in the video. And the cutting is going to be stopping at the neck width. We're not cutting anything on the neck area. Then I'll go ahead to cut the size also. So after cutting the sides, next I'm going to go ahead to do is to knot the neck width before separating the front from the back. So I'm just going to go ahead to notch it, then I'll separate the front from the back so I can work on the front of the dress. So I'm going to be inserting the belt on this side of the front dress that I marked already, and this side is going to be for the casing for the drawstring. I'm going to be attaching it, and this is the point where it's going to be. While this other down part, I'm going to be slitting the part open. So the next I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to slit the lower part of the dress open. You can decide to take your drawstring casing all the way down to the hem. You can decide to just slit it straight, and you can decide to also do what I'm about to do. So for me, I'm going to be drawing a slight curve, as you can see me doing in the video. So this curve is going to make the dress to have this little opening whenever the drawstring of the dress is being tied. So I'm just going to go ahead to draw a slight curve like you see me doing in the video, after which I'm going to go ahead to cut it out. So after cutting, this is what you're going to be having. Note that your cutting is going to be stopping at the point where the drawstring is going to be stopping. So when you tie the drawstring, you're going to be having something like this on the dress. So this is what you're going to be having. The next thing you're going to go ahead to do now is to start stitching the dress, and the first thing I'll be doing is to finish up this part of the dress with my bias. So I'm going to be using my bias to finish up this opening, and I'll also be finishing the hem with a bias. Once I'm done doing this, I'm also going to go ahead to fix the belt to the dress, and for the belt I've gone ahead to cut this piece of fabric I'm going to be using for the belt. The width of the piece of fabric is 2 inch on fold, so I've already gone ahead to fold it, sew it, and turn it over. I'll be fixing one of the belts at this point, and I'll also be fixing the other belt on the other side also. So the length of the belt is as desired, so you can go ahead to cut whatever length you want for the belt, but it should be long enough to move from your side to the back, and you should be able to tie it properly. It should not be too short. So once I'm done fixing the belt, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to create casing for the drawstring, and I have this piece of fabric I'll be using for that, and the width of this piece of fabric is 2 inch. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to place the fabric like this, and I will stitch from the top down to the bottom. Once I'm done stitching, I'm going to go ahead to flip it over, fold in 0.5, and also top stitch the other side on the dress. So I'll go over to my sewing machine to quickly do this. So after fixing the belt and the elastic casing, this is what it looks like. I also went ahead to finish up this part with my bias, and this is what I have once I was done doing all this. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to insert this strip I've already made into the drawstring casing. So after fixing the strap into the casing, this is what it's going to look like. So when you pull it, you're going to be having something like this for the drawstring effect on the front of the dress. So the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to go over to my sewing machine to stitch the strip to the elastic casing. So I'm going to pull it down a little, then I'll run a stitch at this point to keep the strip in place in the casing, so that when the dress is being worn, the strap inside doesn't pull out. So I'm going to be doing that at this point. And after doing that, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to quickly do is to join the front and the back of the dress together on the shoulder part alone. So I'm just going to go ahead to flip the front over like this. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead to place the back block of the dress on the front like you see me doing in the video. After placing the back on the front, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to join it on the shoulder part. So make sure that the part that was notched is aligning. Then you go ahead to stitch using the 1 inch joining allowance you added to the shoulder area. So I'll go over to my sewing machine to do this. I'm going to stitch using 1 inch and I'll be repeating the same thing on the other side. So the neck width is going to be left open. You are not stitching the neck width part. So yeah, I went ahead to join it on the shoulder part, and I also went ahead to stitch the strap to the main dress to keep it in place. So when you drag it, you're going to be having something like this after dragging it. So the strap is not going to pull out when you drag it. And also after doing this, I also went ahead to join the shoulders together like I said earlier. And this part is still open, that is the neck width is still open. So I'm just going to go ahead to flip my fabric over to show you how to finish up the neck width. So remember, the dress you're trying to illustrate does not have a neck depth, just a neck width. And to finish up the neck width, you're going to go ahead to open it up like you see me doing in the video. So you can decide to fold in 0.5 inch and stitch, and you can also decide to finish it up using your hemming gum. So I don't want my seam to show on the outer part of the dress, so I'm going to be using my hemming gum to finish up this part. So I'll place the hemming gum underneath it and I'll keep it in place with my pressing iron. I'm going to go ahead to do this. Once I'm done doing this, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to quickly do is to join the front and the back together. But before doing that, I'm going to be hemming the sleeve opening. After hemming the sleeve opening, I'm going to go ahead to close up the sides of the dress. So I'll go ahead to quickly do all this, then I'll come back to show you the final look of the dress. So this is what the dress looked like once I was done joining the front and the back together. As you can see, it's looking so beautiful and very nice. You can go ahead to try yours and let me know about the outcome in the comment section. So if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to comment, like, share, and also subscribe to this channel if you are yet to. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my other tutorials.